Hello everyone. Today we are doing Chapter 3 Private, Public and Global Enterprises. There are all kinds of business organizations, small or large, industrial or trading, privately owned or government owned, existing in our country. The Indian economy opted for a mixed economy where both private and government enterprises are allowed to operate. Indian economy is classified into public sector enterprises, private sector enterprises, and global enterprises. Private sector enterprises are departmental undertakings, example Indian Railways, Indian Post, Doordarshan. Second is statutory corporation, that is LIC, FCI, and third is government company. Example is Hindustan Tools Limited, HMT, and BHEL. Next is private sector enterprises, sole proprietorship, joint Hindu family business, partnership, cooperative society, and company. Global enterprises, MNC, Ranbaxy, Lipton. Second is joint venture, that is Maruti Suzuki and PPP. Private sector enterprises, it is business owned by individual or a group of individuals. Main objective is to earn and growth of business. For example, Reliance Industries Limited, ITC Limited, HDFC Bank Limited, owned and managed and controlled by central or state or by both government. Main objective is public welfare or service. Examples are Indian Railways, Indian Post, Doordarshan, Bharat Heavy Electricals, BHEL. Forms of business enterprises. First is departmental undertaking. There are establishment departments of under the ministry and are financed, managed and controlled by either central government or state government or jointly by two. For example, Indian Railways, Post and Telegraph, Doordarshan, Prasar Bharati. Features. Establishment. It is established as a department of concerned ministry under central or state government. No separate legal entity. It has no separate legal entity. Finance. It is financed by annual budget allocation of the government and all its earnings go to the government treasury. Accounting and audit. The government rules relating to the audit and accounting are applicable to it. Staffing. Its employees are government employees and are recruited and appointed as per the government rules. Accountability. It is accountable to the concerned ministry. Merits. It is more effective in achieving the objective laid down by the government as it is under the direct control of government. It is a source of government income as its revenue goes to the government treasury. It is accountable to the Parliament for all its action which ensures proper utilization of funds. Due to the budgetary, accounting and audit control, risk of misuse of public funds is less. It is suitable for the activities where secrecy and strict control is required like defense production. Now children, demerits. It lacks flexibility, which is essential for smooth operation of business. It suffers from the political interference in their day-to-day working. It suffers from the red tapeism in day-to-day work and any required action is taken after completion of proper process. The organization is usually insensitive to consumer needs due to absence of competition and monopoly. Such organizations are managed by civil servants and government officials who may not have the necessary expertise and experience in management. Suitability. Number one is where full government control is needed And second point is where secrecy is very important, such as defense industry. Second point is statutory corporation. It is established under a special act of passed in the parliament or state legislative assembly. Its objective, power, and functions are clearly defined in the special act. Examples: Unit Trust of India, Life Insurance Corporation, GAIL, SCI, FCI. These are the examples. Features: It is established under a special act which defines its objective, powers, and function. It has a separate legal entity. Its management is vested in board of directors appointed and nominated by the government. There is no government interference in day-to-day functioning. It has its own staff recruited and appointed as per the provision of the Act. Its initial capital is provided by the government. This type of enterprise is usually independently financed and obtained funds by borrowing from the government or form of the public through earnings. It is not subject to the same accounting and audit rules which are applicable to the government department. Merits are internal autonomy. It enjoys a good deal of the autonomy in the day-to-day operation and is free from the political interference. Quick decisions. It can take prompt decisions and quick action as it is free from the prohibitory rules of government. Third point is Parliament's control. Its performance is subject to the discussions in the Parliament, which ensures proper use of the public money. Efficient management. It is independent in recruitment and selection of their employees and professionals. Experienced specialists are appointed on important posts. Demerits. In reality, there is not much operational flexibility. It suffers from the lot of the political interference from the ministers, government officials, and political parties. Usually, it enjoy monopoly in their field and do not have the profit motive, due to which its working seems to be inefficient. Where there is a dealing with the public, rampant occupation exists. Thus, public corporation is suitable for undertaking which require monopoly powers, that is, public utilities. Next is suitability. Public enterprise is suitable when the enterprise requires special power under an act. The enterprise requires a huge amount of the capital investment. Third is government company. Established under the Indian Companies Act 2013, registered and governed by the provisions of the Indian Companies Act. Not less than the 51% paid up capital is held by the central government or by any state government, or partly by the central government or partly by one or more state governments. The shares of the company are purchased in the name of the President of India. Examples: State Trading Corporation of India, NTPC, Hindustan Machine Tools. Features: It is registered of the incorporated under Companies Act 2013. It has a separate legal entity. Government has minimum 51% of paid up capital. It is managed by the board of directors selected by government and other shareholders. Employees are recruited and appointed as per the rules and regulations contained in its memorandum and articles of association. The government company obtains funds from the government shareholdings and other private shareholdings. It can also raise funds from capital market. It can be easily formed as per the provisions of the Companies Act. There is no need to pass special act in the Parliament. It enjoys full autonomy in management decisions and flexibility and day-to-day working. It can appoint professional managers on high salaries. Limitations. It suffers from the interference from the government officials, ministers, and politicians. It invades constitutional responsibility which a company financed by the government should have, as it is not directly answerable to the parliament. The board usually consists of the politician and civil servants who are interested more in pleasing their political bosses than in efficient operation of the company. Suitability. Where government want to work with the private sector. Second, where projects need government planning and funds. Now, multinational companies, that is also called global enterprises. Multinational company or global enterprises may be defined as a company that has business operation in several countries by having its factories, branches or office in those countries, but it has its headquarter in that country where it is incorporated. Example: Coca-Cola, Sony, Reebok. Features: huge capital resources. MNC possess huge capital resources and they can able to raise lots of funds from various sources. Second is international operations. MNC do business in several countries. For this, it has business factories and offices in several countries. Number 3, centralized control. MNC have headquarters in their home countries from where they exercise control over all branches and subsidiaries. There is no interference in their day-to-day operations. Foreign collaboration. Usually, they enter into agreements relating to the sale of technology, production of goods, use of brand name with local firms in the host country. As well, advanced technology. These organizations possess advanced superior technology which enable them to provide world-class products and services. Product innovations. MNC have highly sophisticated research and development departments. These are engaged in the developing new products and superior design of existing products. Marketing strategies. MNC use aggressive marketing strategies. Their brands are well known and spend huge amount of advertising and sales promotions. Public private partnership is our next topic, that is also called PPP. It means an enterprise which is a project or service is financed and operated through a partnership of public and private enterprise. PPP is a long-term partnership between public and private sector. PPP model is being used in the following areas. Number 1, transport, road, railway and toll bridge. Second is health, that is hospital. Third is water, that is collecting, cleaning and distributing. Fourth is education, that is school and university. Features: the public private partnership model allocate tasks, obligations and risk among the public and private partners in optimal manner. It facilitates partnership between public sector and private sector. It pertains high priority project. The public partners in PPP are government entities, that is ministers, government departments, municipalities or state-owned enterprise. The private partner can be local or foreign business with technical or financial expertise. Now, children, some points you must remember. Private sector business are owned by private individuals or group. Reliance Industries, Airtel, LG, Samsung. Public sector business are owned by the state. Departmental undertakings are run as the part of the government department under the direction of the minister concerned. Public corporation is created by the special act of the parliament or state legislature. Government company is a public enterprise which has a minimum 51% paid up capital in the name of the central government or state government. Global enterprise are those companies which run in more than one country. PPP, public private partnership, refer to the investment of public sector in the government projects aimed at public benefit. Thank you very much.